Be me, 26, software dev. Been with my GF, let's call her Clara, for 3 years. Clara is great in many ways. Hot, funny, shares my love for obscure 80s horror movies. But she has this one thing. She's a communicator. Not in the normal, healthy way. More like she wants a running commentary of my every thought and feeling. Like my brain is a Twitch stream and she needs to be the top mod. It started small. What are you thinking about, Anon? I'm thinking about whether I should refactor this god-awful legacy code at work or just quit. Oh, just work stuff. Just work stuff isn't a feeling, Anon. What are you feeling about the work stuff? Tired? Annoyed? The usual wage slave cocktail. This would lead to a 20-minute discussion about my emotional landscape at the office. Every single time. I'm a simple guy. I like my code clean, my steak rare, and my thoughts to myself, unless they're important. I'm not an unfeeling robot. I just don't see the need to narrate my inner monologue 24/7. Clara, on the other hand, thinks that unspoken thoughts are a sign of a dying relationship. She reads all these self-help blogs and Instagram psychology posts full of shit like radical emotional honesty and unfiltered vulnerability. Sounds exhausting. The breaking point started a few months ago. We're watching some dumb reality TV show. I'm zoning out, thinking about a new gaming PC build. Suddenly, she pauses the show and turns to me with a super serious face. Anon, we need to talk. Oh, fuck, JPG. I feel like there's a wall between us. I need you to communicate more. I need to know what's going on in that head of yours. I tell her I'm a pretty open book. If she has a question, she can just ask. No, Anon, that's not enough. I need you to be proactive. I need you to share your feelings without being prompted. I try to explain that's just not how I'm wired. I'm more of a, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of guy when it comes to my emotions. This was apparently the wrong thing to say. She starts crying. Says she feels like she's dating a stranger, that I'm emotionally unavailable. All the usual buzzwords. I feel like a deer in the headlights. I love this girl, so I do what any cornered man does. I agree to her demands. Okay, Clara, you want me to communicate more? I will. Her face lights up. She thinks she's had a major breakthrough. Little did she know, she'd just opened Pandora's box. The next morning, I begin my campaign of malicious compliance. We're eating breakfast. Clara, I'm feeling a mild sense of disappointment with the consistency of this oatmeal. It's a bit too watery for my liking. This evokes a feeling of dissatisfaction and a fleeting memory of the superior oatmeal my grandmother used to make. She just stares at me, fork halfway to her mouth. Okay, Anon, thanks for sharing. Later that day, she's getting ready to go out with her friends. She comes out in a new dress. What do you think? Old me would have said, you look great, honey. New, communicative me had other ideas. Well, Clara, my initial emotional response is one of appreciation for your physical form. However, I am also experiencing a slight sense of cognitive dissonance. The dress is a vibrant shade of blue, which is a cool color, yet you have a warm skin tone. A fashion expert might suggest a warmer color to complement your complexion. This does not detract from your overall attractiveness, but it is a thought that is currently occupying my mental space. Her smile falters. So you don't like it? It's not a matter of like or dislike, it's an observation. You wanted me to communicate my thoughts, so I am. This continued for weeks. At the grocery store, Clara, I'm feeling a sense of overwhelming anxiety from the sheer number of choices in the cereal aisle. This capitalist paradigm of manufactured choice is a heavy burden on the consumer psyche. I'm also feeling a bit gassy, so maybe we should avoid the fiber-rich options. Her friends start giving me weird looks. Watching a movie. This plot hole is causing me to feel a sense of narrative betrayal. The writers have failed to maintain a consistent internal logic, and it's pulling me out of the immersive experience. My suspension of disbelief is shattered, and I am now acutely aware that I am sitting on a couch in a room watching actors recite lines. She starts suggesting we watch movies in separate rooms. In bed after sexy times. That was a satisfactory physical experience, Clara. I would rate my orgasm at a solid 7.8 out of 10. There was a moment of slight awkwardness during the transition between positions, but we recovered well. My current emotional state is one of contentment, though I am also beginning to feel the onset of postcoital tristesse. She just rolled over and pretended to be asleep. I was a monster of her own creation. I was an open book, but the book was written in the most boring, pedantic, and soul-crushingly literal way possible. I gave her exactly what she asked for: unfiltered access to the mundane, chaotic, and often stupid inner workings of my mind. The constant stream of consciousness was wearing her down. I could see it in her eyes. The spark was gone, replaced by a look of weary resignation. The final nail in the coffin was last weekend. We were at her parents' house for a barbecue. Her dad is telling some long, rambling story about his fishing trip. I'm nodding along, but in my head, I'm thinking about the optimal strategy for the new raid in the MMO I'm playing. Clara looks over at me, and I can see the question in her eyes. "What are you thinking, Anon?" I just give her a slight nod. Later, when we're alone, she brings it up. "You were a million miles away back there. What were you thinking about?" "All right, you asked for it." "I was calculating the optimal DPS rotation for my raid group in Warlords of Asgoth. Our main tank is a bit squishy, so I was theory crafting a new talent build that would maximize my threat generation while minimizing my mana consumption. I was also considering the social dynamics of the guild and whether our raid leader's recent breakup is affecting his in-game performance." I went on like this for a solid 10 minutes. I explained the intricacies of aggro mechanics, the importance of positioning, and the drama between two of our guild's healers. By the time I was finished, she looked like her soul had been vacuumed out of her body. We drove home in silence. The next day, she sat me down. "Anon, I can't do this anymore." "Do what, Clara? I'm not sure I understand. My current emotional state is one of confusion." "This, all of this. I wanted you to communicate with me, not narrate your life like it's a damn audiobook. But this is what you wanted. You wanted me to share my thoughts and feelings. These are my thoughts and feelings. No, I wanted to feel connected to you. But now I just feel exhausted." And just like that, it was over. She packed her bags and left. Said she needed to find someone who was emotionally intelligent. So here I am, single, but at least I can think about whatever the hell I want without having to provide a running commentary. She forced her boyfriend to communicate more. He did, and then he left her. Or rather, she left him. Details.